All right, Shalom. Let me start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Qadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the house of David. All right, I want to get into the topic, hey, Lord willing, we are worthy, man. All right, let me just get right into it. All right, let me get Luke. This is Luke chapter 21. And I'm going to start at verse 30. Excuse me. Start at verse 33. It says Luke chapter 21, verse 33. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. So the Yahweh Shemel Shai, his words, ultimately, they will never pass away, man. Because in the kingdom, we're going to be keeping the laws perfect, man. All right. And these prophecies, all these prophecies have to come to pass, but let me just read again. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. So that's actually going to, Esau's kingdom, man. All right. This is a heaven, man. All right. For the Edomites, for the other nations. All right. And this earth is going to be a new earth, man, and a new rulership under the Israelites, man, you so-called Black, Spanish, and Native Americans. All right, it says, but my words shall not pass away. Yahweh Shemel Shai words will never pass away, man. All right, in verse 34 it says, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness. Let me just actually get this in a blue letter. Luke 21 and 34. Let me just do not disturb. Okay. First. Yep. All right, let me get it. So fighting. And it says the giddiness and headache caused by drinking wine to excess. All right. So let me read that again. It says, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts, meaning your mind, be overcharged with surfeiting, like hangovers, things in that nature, and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares. All right, hey, the day of the Lord, man. If you so caught up, the things of this world, all right, catching over from hangovers, all right, the day of the Lord is going to come unto you, as a thief in the night. All right, so let me read that again. Luke chapter 21, verse 34, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life. Just like I just mentioned, man. Hangovers. You fucked up. You got a hangover. That's what your mind is always on. That's the type of mindset that you have. All right, drunkenness and cares of this life. Getting the money. Things of the flesh, man. All right, and so that day come upon you unawares. The day of the Lord gonna come up to you as a thief in the night. It says, for as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the earth, man. Because it's gonna be like a wave compared to a drop, man. 2/3 in these other nations, man. It's gonna be a lot of death, man. It says, for as a snare shall it come. All right, so it's gonna be a trap. All right, for 2/3 and these heathen nations, man. All right, it says, verse 36, watch ye therefore. The Lord is talking to the elect. It says, he said, watch ye therefore and pray always that ye may be accounted worthy. All right, that's the point. May be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. All right, Yahweh Shai, man. All right, so this is the point of the lesson. Lord willing, we be accounted worthy, man. All right, you know. Let me just finish it off. It says, and in that day, verse 37, and in the day time he was teaching in the temple, and at night he went out and abode in the mount that it called the Mount of Olives, and all the people came early in the morning to him in the temple for to hear him. So that was Yahweh Shai teaching, man. All right. That ye may be accounted, watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all the things that shall come to pass, man. So when we pray, man, pray that we have that elect, man. That's what we got to do, man. Lord willing, we have that number. All right. And let me get Matthew chapter 16 and verse 25. It says, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sakes shall find it, man. All right, and what does that mean? Those whoever, give up the things of this world for the sake of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, your rap dreams, music dreams, money dreams. You're supposed to set that to the side. Spend most of your time, on Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, but it's ultimately balanced. All right, so you can have your little fun. All right, play your video games or whatever you may do as you fun to the side. All right, but our main focus is Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, we're not spending our time waking up in the morning. First thing we think about is getting money or things of the flesh, man. We're supposed to be giving praise to the Lord, man. All right, but ultimately balance. Okay. Let me read verse 26. Says, for what is a man profited? For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? It says, for the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works, man. So the Lord's going to judge us according to our works, man. Are we doing the work of the Lord? That's our main will. All right, our will is to do the commandments of the Lord, Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. That's the whole duty of man. All right, and doing his works, that's a commandment, man. All right. In verse 28 says, verily I say unto you, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom, man. So there's going to be some that don't die, man. People like to say, oh, we all going to die. They don't know the scriptures, man. All right, because it shall be some that may not die, man. All right. So, hey, we understand that some are going to die for this truth, but it may be some that don't die, man. All right. And Lord willing, there's you brothers and few sisters that may be listening, man. All right. And this is, let me bounce off with 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 15. It says, for this we say unto you by the word of, let me start here. By the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. For the Lord himself shall descend from the heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High, and the dead in the Mashiach shall rise first, man. So those that do die, the dead in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai are going to rise first, man. All right, it says in verse 17, then we which are alive, all right, Lord willing, that's us, we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Even if we do die, man, hey, Lord willing, that's us that's dying for the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, not like 2/3 dying for the sake of nothing, man. Just to be reborn again in the kingdom, man. All right, instead of being alive, you're gonna, even if you die or if you're alive, if you're the elect, are you gonna see Yahweh Shai? All right, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. We're gonna see Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, in the air, man. All right. It says, verse 18, wherefore comfort one another with these words, man. So we're in a win-win situation. All right, so this is comfort, man, to the elect. All right. And let me close out with Sirach chapter 11 and verse 26. It says, "For it is an easy thing unto the Lord in the day of death to reward a man according to his ways." Man, it's an easy thing for the Lord to give us salvation, man. All right, it's just Lord willing we are worthy. All right, so I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakal Qadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the house of David. All right, to the Bakayar, all right, the elect. To the next lesson, Shalom.